So I am here with Lindsay, and we are talking about Go for Gold. The first question, first of all, whenever you watch these videos, please understand that the reason that I do these videos is because I don't ever want you to take my word for it. I want you to be able to watch these and see what it's literally really doing for other people, because I don't tell people what to say on these. I don't do anything like that. I want to hear the truth. I want to hear what's really working, what's really going on. Right. So that's what we're doing here. So, Lindsay, how long have you been in Go for Gold?
I probably got Go for Gold. It was New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Right before one of the promos was ending. So New Year's Eve is when I bought it. So since the first of the year, I have been working through and have completed the modules.
Yes. Oh man. And once you have them done, you're just like, oh, all of a sudden your business just goes on, not autopilot, because you do still do stuff, but you grease the wheels instead of like working, right? Is that kind of how you describe that?
Yes. And I do feel like I'm still, like you said, I'm still working it because I'm still working on the Get Oiling website, and I'm still getting that how I want it. I'm still figuring out how to use the CRM, how to get my people in. But that is like the basic foundation that I was missing in my business.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it. I love it. So how long have you been with Young Living?
I've actually been with Young Living for almost 7 years.
Shut up. 7 years. So what rank had, like, what is sort of like your trajectory or how you went through ranks? What's that like highest, I guess?
At the beginning, 7 years ago, I worked in a chiropractic office doing massage therapy. So I started off like just enrolling because of all the people I interact throughout the day, and pretty much just doing the business, not knowing I was doing the business.
Right.
And so I enrolled a lot of people. 5 years ago, I hit executive, and I just stayed there because I didn't have a system. I didn't know what to do next. And every time I thought about the business, it was so overwhelming, like looking at everybody's stuff and like, oh, I should do that. Oh, maybe try that. Oh, do that. And I just stopped. I just never went anywhere. So for 5 years, I have not done legit the business because I was so overwhelmed and I had no system.
Yeah. You guys, this is like, I think everyone's story, whether they care to admit it or not, and God bless you either way, it makes no difference to me. But that's everybody's story, is the 2 to 3%, right? Which are the people in your life that you see all the time, that you talk to, they're going to say yes, and they're going to join with you. And that's 2 to 3% of your audience. That's like the low hanging fruit. That's the business that you build. Once people get past that point, you need a system. You need, like, you can't, they're already signed up, you need a way to be able to find new people, to attract new people, that sort of thing. And then follow up with them as many times as needs to happen in order for them to sign up, because that 2 to 3% doesn't really need a lot of follow-up either, because they're kind of just like, yeah, sure, I'll support you. Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, that oil sound great. That's your 2 to 3%, and they don't really require a lot of work. But you can't really build, it's impossible, I'm going to say it, to build to Royal Crown Diamond on your 2 to 3%. Nobody's audience is that big, right? So yeah. That's what everybody needs, in my opinion, is that system. And that's why you see leaders or builders or people that have told you, I know that a lot of leaders, they get frustrated with people that have said, oh, I do want to build, I do want to do this business. And then they take off and they start, signing people up, and then they sort of fizzle out. And then the leader gets frustrated with the builder. Yes. Why? You can't get frustrated with somebody that just did their due diligence, signed up their 2 to 3%. You as a leader need to direct them to something that's a system. You need to direct them to something that's going to be able to like help them build their business. So, anywho, that's that. I didn't mean to soapbox right now.
That's exactly right.
That's what, I mean, it's everybody does it. And everybody's like, why won't my people build? Well, you need to actually assess the situation, because there's more going on than what you're saying. People aren't just lazy. They really do want this. They just don't know what to do. Right.
Yes.
And it's frustrating 100%. If you don't know what to do. Yeah. I'm talking a lot on your video right now, but what would you say? Were you ever on the fence? Because you said that you had like looked at other things, you know, like seeing how other people, like through 5 years, right, had been looking at other people's stuff. So did you see my stuff and then we're like, is this just like another thing that I'm going to have to pay for and it's not going to actually help me? Were you in that camp at all? I don't blame you if you were, by the way.
Yeah. So I got invited to the Gold Getters group. And so I did sit in there. I mean, it was not long. I mean, it was maybe a month, like the month of December. But like you said, the videos, the testimonies, the screenshots of success, just the information that I received, I was like, well, this sounds like a checklist that I need. This sounds like something totally different than what I've already tried. And I have tried a lot of different, you know, every, you know, uplines different methods, and it just did not work. So it was not long that I debated on it. And so I jumped in fairly quick.
Awesome. So what kind of success are you seeing with it so far in what you're doing?
Yeah, so really just my prospect list, my warm market has grown hugely, has grown a lot, because like you said, I had gone through that 2-3% of my warm market like this, and boom, I hit executive, and then I was stuck.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I didn't know what to do from there. And so going through the Go for Gold and just going through that process alone really taught me where to reach out. Where is my warm market? Who am I wanting to attract? Like all those basic things that I had never done prior to this. That really helped me establish a whole new level of my warm market and who I want to attract and who I want to work with. So that to me is the biggest thing. I have not enrolled 20 people since starting Go for Gold by any means, but I feel like I am having a lot of success in just building the relationships, getting the trust back in my people, because I've been in this for 7 years and it's been so inconsistent. And so to me, it's like, okay, this is day one of my business and I'm going to treat it that way. And my consistency is going to show up, and that's where my business is going to propel. And just in the, you know, the 2-3 months that I've been doing Go for Gold, I'm seeing that blossom already. And just people reaching out and asking questions and a curiosity, and people messaging me who I have not spoke with in 5 years, being like, hey. So that to me is my biggest success right now from having, is just the relationship building, the consistency of getting myself back out there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So it's not always everybody, and that's why I'm so glad that everybody is sharing their own testimonial of this, because not everybody's going to sign up a bunch of people in the first day or two or whatever, right? Like not everybody's going to do that. But you guys, it takes 7 to 15 times for someone to hear a message and then finally decide they're going to buy a thing. And sometimes it's less, and a lot of times it's more. I have people sign up over a year later after having initially heard a message, but it's because they're in my system that you set up with Go for Gold. It's because they're in my system that they're continuously nurtured by my message over and over and over again, and I continue to show up, and so they know that they can come to me because I'm trustworthy. And that's the same thing that you were just talking about. They know that they can come ask you questions even after not having talked for like 5 years, because you're trustworthy, and because well, you deserve their trust, and that's good stuff. What would you say, and that all leads, by the way, that all eventually leads to membership at some point. It does. A high percentage of it does. Because and I'm going to do a super quick thing. It's just my little windshield thing. But the 2 to 3% is your low hanging fruit, right? The people that have already signed up, got you to executive. 5% are the people that really just don't give a rip about anything that you say. You could like be saving their lives and they don't care and they're mad about it. Okay. So that's 5% of the people. It's just true. They always exist in that number scales. Okay. But the thing is you have 92% of your audience that just need more information. And sometimes they're very quiet and they're lurkers and they will watch you. And as long as you keep showing up consistently, like through the system, as long as you keep showing up consistently, then they will work their way to you if it's right for them, one way or another. And that's the thing. That's the whole secret sauce of it.
Yes.
So would you say, okay, you just started Silver Made Simple because it literally, I know people might watch this video in the future or probably will in the future, but it literally just started 3 days ago. We're 3 days into Silver Made Simple. Would you say that Silver Made Simple is a good addition to Go for Gold? Like so far as the, supplementing each other?
Yes. That was like on my notes to say is to the Silver Made Simple alongside Go for Gold is it like that's what you need to do. Again, that like daily checklist. And I'm not like, I'm definitely yellow before green. And so, but like, I love those checklists. I love like knowing exactly what to do. And it's not vague. It's not, it's exact. It's telling you exactly what to do. Yeah. And so when you have Go for Gold and you have your system set up and you know that's established, doing Silver Made Simple is the icing on the cake and the steps that you need to propel your business. So definitely Silver Made Simple. It's worth the money. And that honestly, like, because you said I had bought Go for Gold, I did Bring on the Builders 20 and 30. And I'm like, man, should I really do this also? And like you said, I'm only 3 days in. And after just reading the first day, I was like, holy smokes, like this is content. This is what's going to pull me through to silver quickly. I feel like even. Oh
man. So I'm going to walk you guys right through it.
Along with Go for Gold, you can do them together for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love it. Yeah. We were talking beforehand, you guys, and she had messaged me earlier and was saying like we talk every once in a while, but she had messaged me earlier and said something like, is it really for like, should I do it? Or is it for me? And whenever she said that, I was like, I hate to say like, yeah, it's really going to be helpful because I don't want people to be like, and she put out something else to sell and right? Like, but really it is boss. It is boss. But I didn't want to be like, yeah, you should totally get it. What did I say to you? I said you don't.
And really, you were honest. You were like, well, I'm doing it. And I'm like, well, Martha's doing it. I need to do it.
I am doing it too. It looks a bit like this when it's written out on your daily calendar. Imagine if somebody wrote out your daily business, daily methods of operation. If they wrote it out for you and built your business for you, imagine if somebody did that. Totally. Okay. So what would you say to somebody if they're on the fence about Go for Gold?
If you are looking for a system to really establish your business long-term, something that's going to keep you organized, something to figure out who you are. Honestly, I felt like it was I don't want to say just the basics, but the foundation of building your Young Living business. And if you don't have that, the rest doesn't really matter. If you don't know who you want to attract in your business, if you don't know how to communicate, if you don't know how to build those relationships, if you don't have a system in place on how to follow up and reach out to those people, you have to have that. And so Go for Gold does that for you. And Convert the Conversation, the conversation cheat sheet, that alone is worth the value of the course. So
man,
you
really though.
Go for Gold.
Really though, those things are solid gold. Also, I use those in all of my conversations. So I feel like some people are like, yeah, but does she actually use her stuff? You're doggone right I use my stuff because my stuff is solid gold. Why would I stop using it if it built my team to gold in 6 months? Why on earth would I stop using that? Like, I still use the same exact thing. So it doesn't need to be, you don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. Just treat the people well every time, and then spend your energy on taking care of your people instead of reinventing some sort of wheel that's unnecessary.
Yes.
Okay. Well, shoot, any last words for people?
If you're looking to build your business, if you're serious about it, they're made simple. They build on one another. You can do them alongside each other. If you're on the fence, just do it. I really recommend it. Just do it. Yeah. This is the prime time where, like, this is it.
It's true. It's so true. Awesome. Well, thank you, Lindsay. You have an awesome day, and we'll see everybody later.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye.